Okay, money magnets, let's dive into why you should build business credit with Fairfigure.
Guys, we have the founder of Fairfigure that's going to tell you all the details and benefits on how to use this software to build business credit for your business. Look, drop all your comments and questions below.
Okay, guys, so let's welcome Aaron with Fairfigure.
Starting out, what would a new business, how would they, get advantages with the Fairfigure card?
Yeah, absolutely. First of all, thanks for having me. I saw the video that you all made a few months back and actually showed the whole office. You guys did such a good job explaining the product. It was really, really great. So Fairfigure, it's interesting because with personal credit, right, you have your social security number, right, and you're given that either at birth or when you get citizenship, and then your whole, economic profile is attached to that social security number, right? So you have a card, and 5 minutes later, you'll see the alert on your Credit Karma, a card's opened. With business credit, it's different because you have your EIN, and every state has a different Secretary of State. So if you look on the Florida SunBiz directory, it's different than California. There's no unified system, right?
Right.
So when you form a company, the business credit bureaus don't know your company exists yet, right? Yeah. So it could take some time, and there's a few things you could do. One is you go get your trade vendors, and they hopefully report, and maybe it'll match. The second way is you could go reach out to the bureaus, like Dun & Bradstreet. You go and request your DUNS number. And then there's also the Fairfigure way. So if you have a new business, we offer this complimentary to all of our customers. You sign up, you take a look for your business. If you can't find it, you send us your company information, and then we pass it along to the bureaus for them to create your business profile. It's a little bit different. It's free for the customers. The bureaus love it because now they're getting new data in real time, right? The customer loves it because it's a quicker way for you to establish that you're here. So you tell Equifax and Dun & Bradstreet and Experian, hey, I'm a business. Here's my information. For us, because, we're able to help these customers that, you just started a business. You're excited. You got your LLC, you got your website, you got everything going. And it's like, okay, what do I do next? And we're kind of trying to be that second step after you form your business.
Nice. That's really amazing because, we work with a lot of different business owners, new, established businesses. And the first thing they talk about is how to build business credit, which is, nowadays it's becoming very important. You're not really a business if you're not building some business credit to help you scale your business,
Right. And so you guys have a monitoring service as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the step one is, create your profile. The second thing is you need to monitor and make sure things are reporting right. And so just like Credit Karma, you have your Tri-Bureau. On Fairfigure, we display your credit safe score. We display your Dun & Bradstreet score. And we display your Equifax commercial score. So that's our equivalent of the Tri-Bureau for the personal. So what you want to do, right, is not only are you looking for things that aren't reporting, sometimes you'll forget to pay a bill and you don't realize it. And it could be a utility bill. Maybe you forgot to pay an electric or internet bill at your old office. That'll pop up on your report and the underwriters see it. So it's important to check those monthly. And make sure that the data there is correct. Also, too, with businesses, since your EIN is public, you're at risk for fraud. So people could be using your businesses and making purchases without you even knowing. So it's important to check and monitor that because you don't know what's on your report, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Very good point.
Yeah. And so as far as, okay, they can sign up for free, get their information reported, you can monitor it. So now you guys also can help them build credit as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So now you told the business, the bureaus that you exist, right? You check these scores to make sure no one's reporting anything wrong, everything's accurate. And you look at your score and you go, man, that score is not good. How do I boost it?
Right.
Traditionally there's ways, there are a lot of really good vendors you can work with. And we were talking about this before, you can get your pens and paper and hats and mugs, but how many hats and mugs and pens and paper can you really have? So it's like for more options. So we introduced the Fairfigure Capital Card.
Nice.
It's different. It's not a credit card. It's not a charge card. Essentially, you sign up. Our underwriting is very minimal, so it's meant for that new business. You just need 3 months in business and around $2,000 or $3,000 a month in revenue. We do require a social, but it's not for any personal guarantee. It's for laws. So we need to do KYC, KYB because of federal regulations. We need to make sure you are who you say you are. But we don't report to the personal. We do report to the business bureaus. So we originate you, or we essentially lend you a small amount of money, and then you select your payback term, either weekly for 4 weeks or 8 weeks. You pay that back, and then we report that business information over to the bureaus for you.
Got it. So I know the question a lot of our audience is going to ask, how fast does it report? Is it 30 days, 60 days, or we don't know?
Yeah, so I'll tell you how we do it, and this is how basically everyone else does it. So with consumer credit, again, it's completely different, right? So you open a card, and probably 10 minutes later, you'll see it on your report.
Right.
With consumer credit, they use a system called Metro 2 and eOscar. So it's integrated, right? And it's almost instant. With business credit, it goes out in a batch file, right? So what every vendor, Quill, everyone, once a month, they do an export of the file for the month prior, right? So if January 1st, they'll do the export for all the files in December, right? Then that file goes over to the bureaus, right? And then they need to process it. So that could be instant. It could be a week, right?
Right.
You have a business credit monitor, us or the other competitor, that updates monthly, right? So if the timing isn't right, you could possibly have to wait 3 months to see it, or it could be about a month and a half. It just depends on how you're checking your credit, when you signed up, and when the file goes out. So for us personally, we close our reporting on the 15th of the month for our year, which means that it takes about a month or 2 months, let's say, typically is what we see for third-year annual reports.
Okay, so it could be 30 to 60 days, depends on when it goes in. And so this would be a great first card. And then if they wanted to add other stuff, this would just help start the file and then help build the file out, sounds like it.
Yeah. So what we see too is, the first offer that you're going to get on the Fair Figure platform is going to be minimal. Everyone starts off with $250 or $500 offer, right?
Got it.
Not meant to be a large amount of money. It's supposed to be an amount that's manageable so you can make your payments on time. If you take the card and you don't make your payments on time, it doesn't really make much sense. So we don't want to we don't really want to leverage people. But what we do is after you complete your first term on the card, you can apply for a renewal, and then there's like 2 or 3 times multiples. So it could go up to like 5,000 on the card. And we see people using the card very strategically. They'll use the card to pay for other vendors who are fast. Yeah, so they're using their Fair Figure trade line to pay for another trade line. It's slick. I love it.
Right. And so can you use this in combination with NAB?
Yeah, we actually see a lot of people using the Fair Figure card to make their NAB payments and vice versa. So you don't have to look at ourselves as competitors. I think we're complementary. Both in the space, we both offer a great product, and you could use both of them, and people did.
Okay. And then what all bureaus, I know we've said a little bit here and there. Yeah. What bureaus exactly does Fair Figure help you report to?
Yeah, so our first bureau that we started working with was CreditSafe.
Okay.
In the United States, they're not the largest, but internationally they are. People use CreditSafe as a complement to other reports. So while it's not the most important bureau, it's still used quite often, and it's important to have your information there. So CreditSafe there. Our second friends, I'll call them friends we made, is over at Equifax Commercial. They have a great team over there. They've been really, really helpful standing at the Fair Figure product. And there's been a lot of R&D and internal experiments to see how Fair Figure affects the scores. So that's a great partnership we have over there. In January, end of December, we announced our new partnership, our strategic partnership with Dun & Bradstreet. Dun & Bradstreet is, probably the biggest name in business credit space. They have a wonderful team over there. So we're really, really happy to be partners with them. And then this month we announced our partnership with Experian Commercial. Yeah, so that's a big one too. With Experian right now, we're just reporting to them. In about a month or so, you'll be able to see your Experian reports and your dashboard as well.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. All right. It's one feature I definitely want to mention, and you help me understand this a little bit better. Mm-hmm. If you're an existing business and say you started at home and now you have a brick and mortar office, how do you correct that information?
Yeah, we had this a lot, and this tool came out of actually our underwriting. So people would apply for the card, they'd get declined because the address on their Secretary of State was different than their Equifax, which is different than the Brad Street.
Yes.
An automated system is going to deny you. An underwriter is probably going to take a second look at the file and deny you. And then people are asked to update this information, and we'd go, "Oh, just call the bureau." They say, "Oh, I tried." So did I try that already?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So what we did is we offered a tool in our premium suite called Credit Correct. So you go through, you verify yourself. So through Plaid, you do like the video selfie, you show your license. The computer verifies that you actually own the business. And you could upload supporting documents, whether it's like a bank statement, a telephone statement, whatever, to show that your address changes. And we take that data and give it to the bureau saying, "Hey, this person's verified with their bank security. Here's their documents. Update their address for them."
And so it like normal turnaround, what is that, like 30, 60 days? Something like
Yeah, I'd say it's around 30 days.
Okay. Okay. Awesome, man. It sounds like a great feature. That wouldn't it by itself. We've seen people get denied for business loans because the address on the business was incorrect. They forgot to update it. So that by itself is major.
And I just have one other question that I know our audience would like to know. So when you apply for the Fair Figure, do you pull personal credit in order to get approval, or is it just basically based off of your business credit?
Yeah, actually neither. With the Fair Figure card, it's meant for the brand new business. So if you don't know how to use this before, we're here to help you with that. We don't pull personal credit. Excuse me. There's no personal guarantee on it. All right. We connect securely through Plaid. Let's say your club. It's looking at, have at least $2,500 or $3,000 a month in deposits. And the biggest no-no for us, and not just for us, for almost every other lender, is make sure you don't overdraft your bank account. Overdrafting your bank account is worse than having a bad business credit score. And it's not just for us, it's for every lender in the space. So a little tip one, make sure you don't overdraft. You could probably, like most banks, you could turn it off, that feature, which is just turn the feature off. Don't use it. But yeah, we underwrite based on your bank statements. And yeah, we're not checking personal credit or business credit for the card program.
Amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, you're right about that overdraft. We had somebody else get denied because they had overdrafts. They had great credit, but they had overdrafts in the last 3 months. And like you said, to a bank, that and a lender, that's a definite no-no.
Yeah, I've seen people come in and they're doing good business, like $100,000 a month, but 1 week out of the month their account's negative and they didn't qualify for anything, even though they're doing $100,000 a month.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Aaron, are there any other features that we forgot to ask about, or you need to tell us about that we need to know about, Perry?
Yes, there are. There's one we're releasing probably in the next week or so.
Okay.
It's really, really, really cool. Basically, we have your business credit reports, right? We have your transaction bank statements and data. And we're using AI to build a whole profile of your business and create a snapshot of it. And then this is going to sound crazy. It's going to create a podcast for you with 2 announcers and narrators summarizing your month's history and then give suggestions on where you should kind of move your business for the next month.
Wow.
It's going to be like a 3-minute podcast, kind of like Spotify Wrapped. So now going back and forth on your statements and your business credit history. And then, once a month, you'll get to get your snapshot. And yeah.
All right, that's hot.
That will definitely be a cash flow changer, especially for a lot of our money magnets.
So if you guys are looking to raise up to $250,000 in capital, look, I would definitely include Fair Figure in building business credit. And guys, all you got to do is look in the description below. We're going to have a link where you can get started with Fair Figure. This is probably a good way to get your first business card.
Yeah, a good way to jumpstart that business credit.
Hey guys, I want to make sure you comment if you already currently use Fair Figure, or if you're planning to use it in the future. Put your comments and questions below.
Just think about it. You can't go wrong. Like Aaron, you guys are doing such an amazing job. You're offering credit monitoring.
Yes.
It's all packaged in one while you're building your credit. And you don't have to go and try to buy things that you don't need because everything is right here for you.
Exactly.
So it's just amazing.
It is. So Aaron, we want to thank you for your time jumping on here. And we definitely want to stay in touch and maybe do this again if you're open to it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Let me say this, money magnets. If you don't need this, like and share this with someone else that may need this. If you have a friend that's maybe starting a new business,
Right.
this information can be a cash flow changer for your business or maybe one of your friends' businesses.
Exactly. All right, Aaron, thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hold up. Money magnets. I have a gem for you. So if you want to know more about building business credit, check out this next video.
I'm Mr. Smith.
And I'm Mrs. Smith.
And we're here to help empower your finances.